Lagos was buzzing with its usual chaos when Chief Oladipo, a wealthy real estate mogul, first saw the boy. He was no older than 10, barefoot, with tattered shorts and sharp eyes that carried both pain and defiance. The boy was shouting at a bus conductor who had cheated him of 10 naira. Something about his boldness caught the billionaire's attention. Chief Oladipo had always been charitable, but this was different. He felt a strange pull toward the boy. Perhaps it was because his own son had died years ago, leaving a void money could not fill. Without consulting anyone, he approached the boy, asked his name, check, and within weeks, the boy was sleeping under a marble roof instead of a leaking shed. The adoption shocked society. Many thought the billionaire had lost his senses. Who adopts a boy straight from the gutter without family background checks? But Oladipo was unmoved. To him, Chike was a second chance at fatherhood, a divine replacement for what he had lost. Life for Chike changed drastically. He was enrolled in the best schools, dressed in designer clothes, and chauffeured in cars that once splashed muddy water on him. But even as his life transformed, the streets had already left their scars. Chike learned quickly that wealth was power, and power could bend people. At night, when the mansion grew quiet, Chike would sit by the balcony, staring at the glittering skyline. He whispered to himself that one day, he would not just be the boy Chief Oladipo saved, he would be the one people feared, respected, and bowed to. Years passed, and Chike became a handsome young man in his 20s, groomed to take over parts of Oladipo's empire. Women chased him, men envied him, and even Chief Oladipo's business associates treated him like a prince. But behind the charm, Chike had developed a dangerous hunger. The first real scandal came with Aisha, the billionaire's much younger second wife. She was beautiful, barely in her 30s, and married to Oladipo only for his wealth. What began as harmless flirtation between her and Chike soon grew into something forbidden. One night, a careless kiss turned into an affair that neither of them could stop. Chike convinced himself he loved Aisha, but in truth, it was power and revenge he craved. Having his foster father's wife in his arms made him feel invincible. The secrecy thrilled them both, but every stolen moment dug a deeper grave for the family. One fateful evening, the housemaid caught them together in the guest room. Chike panicked, but instead of silencing the maid with threats, he bribed her into loyalty. That was the beginning of his network of secrets, buying silence, manipulating weakness, and learning how to control people as Oladipo had done with money. The more he gained, the less grateful he became. Oladipo's love and sacrifice no longer mattered. In his heart, Chike believed he deserved everything, not as an adopted son but as the true heir, even if it meant pushing the old man aside. Chief Oladipo discovered the truth on his 65th birthday. He had walked into his private study unexpectedly and overheard a hushed conversation between Aisha and Chike. They were plotting, not just to continue their affair, but to siphon millions from his accounts and eventually take control of his entire empire. The old man's heart broke. The boy he had saved from hunger and disease, the boy he had raised with every privilege, was now stabbing him in the back with the woman he had trusted. For the first time in decades, Chief Oladipo wept, not from business failure or loss, but from betrayal. He confronted them the next day. Aisha denied everything with crocodile tears, but Chike didn't flinch. Instead, he looked his foster father in the eye and said words that cut deeper than a knife, "You should have left me on the street. At least there, I knew who I was. Here, I've learned I'm better than you." That night, Chief Oladipo sat alone in his mansion, haunted by his choices. The empire he built felt empty, his marriage was a sham, and his adopted son had become his greatest enemy. The weight of regret crushed him more than any financial loss ever could. In the end, Oladipo realized the cruel irony. His attempt to replace his late son had birthed a rival who would gladly bury him. And as whispers of scandal spread through Lagos high society, one truth lingered like poison: sometimes, saving a life can destroy your own.